1, 2, 3. Applause, please.
It started as a cryptocurrency revolution, promising wealth, freedom, and a new financial system. But it was all a lie. OneCoin defrauded over $4 billion. Its founder, gone, vanished without a trace. This is the true story of the world's biggest crypto scam. Let's begin. Imagine in 2014, Bitcoin is making waves. A new kind of money, decentralized, outside of government control. A lot of people didn't understand it. Others saw it as a revolution. But then, there was a problem. Many still didn't feel included. To some, it seemed like a system designed for tech experts, complex, unwelcoming. That's when OneCoin appeared, claiming it had solved all the issues with Bitcoin. It promised speed, stability, and above all, access for everyone. It was designed to be simple, and it would change the lives of millions, especially the unbanked. For people who had never been able to access the financial system, it was the answer. OneCoin didn't just want to be a cryptocurrency, it wanted to revolutionize the world. And at the helm, Dr. Ruja Ignatova, educated at Oxford. Fluent in 5 languages, a background in law and consulting. She wasn't just a tech entrepreneur, she was a highly polished businesswoman. She knew how to sell dreams, and she sold this one with fervor. She didn't just claim OneCoin would change lives, she showed it. She walked into rooms filled with eager faces, dressed in glamorous outfits, speaking confidently, and telling everyone they could be part of the new financial system. She wasn't just offering an investment, she was offering freedom. She told them, no more banks, no more middlemen. This is for the people. The crowds cheered. Her message was so clear, so strong, it resonated with people all over the world. She had a vision, and it felt like the future was just within reach. She spoke at packed events in countries across Europe, Africa, and Asia, often using emotional appeals to convince people that OneCoin would be the new Bitcoin. She painted a picture of financial inclusion, of empowerment. It was tempting, too tempting. OneCoin wasn't just about financial gains, it was about belonging. The promise of being part of something big, something global, something that could change everything. In the beginning, it seemed legitimate. Tokens were sold in packages, often bundled with education. But there was a catch. The education? Often irrelevant or poorly structured. The tokens? Worthless. There was no blockchain. No decentralized ledger to back up the claims. Nothing was real. Yet the money kept flowing in. People invested thousands. Some cashed in their life savings, thinking they were buying a future. The more they bought, the more they were encouraged to recruit others. OneCoin didn't just want your money. They wanted your network. In essence, it was a pyramid scheme, masquerading as a cryptocurrency. OneCoin wasn't about mining or trading coins. It was about bringing in new recruits. The more people you signed up, the more rewards you earned. New investors were given incentives, promised even higher returns. Some members were even given cars, vacations, and luxury prizes for their recruitment efforts. The global nature of the scam was what made it so dangerous. It wasn't isolated to one region. It wasn't just about tech-savvy individuals. OneCoin reached people in developing nations, where the financial system had failed them. Many were promised a way out of poverty. They weren't just buying into a coin, they were buying into a vision of a better life. Samuel, a teacher in Uganda, was one of those individuals. He invested $20,000, everything he had, because he believed the promise. The OneCoin dream was sold to him like salvation. A way to build a future not just for himself, but for his family and his community. Samuel even convinced his brother and friends to join him. But after months, the money didn't come. He couldn't withdraw his earnings, and the support from OneCoin evaporated. The dream had turned into a nightmare. When his friends and family found out, they turned on him. His village rejected him. His neighbors accused him of being a fraud. The emotional damage was unbearable. The same story played out all over the world. In Germany, a woman who had recruited dozens of people into the scheme lost everything and took her own life. In Vietnam, entire villages were left in financial ruin. In India, people took out loans they couldn't repay, hoping that their investment in OneCoin would pay off. It didn't. But the victims weren't the only ones who suffered. The people who lost money were left with nothing. But the leaders, who helped spread the word, also faced repercussions. It was a web of lies, and those who believed in it found themselves trapped. As the scam grew, the first whispers of concern started to surface. Experts questioned the legitimacy of the platform. Where was the blockchain? Where were the real transactions? Why couldn't anyone access the system? But if you raised doubts, you were quickly shut down. If you questioned OneCoin, you were branded a hater, or worse, a puppet of the banks. And then, the regulators started to catch on. In 2016, authorities in Italy, Germany, and India began issuing warnings. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority made it clear that OneCoin was a scam. Yet, despite the growing backlash, the scheme continued to thrive. The allure of easy wealth blinded many to the warnings. Meanwhile, Ruja Ignatova continued to present herself as a financial genius, a visionary who could see what others couldn't. She portrayed herself as a savior for the financial excluded, people who had never had access to a bank account or credit line. And to many, she was a hero. She wasn't just selling a product, she was promising a better world. But there was something else at play. As regulators closed in, something strange happened. On October 25th, Dr. Ruja Ignatova boarded a Ryanair flight from Sofia to Athens. She was supposed to meet her brother there, but she never arrived. No passport records, no CCTV footage. She simply disappeared. The news was a shock to everyone. How could a woman at the center of a multi-billion-dollar scam just vanish? Some believed she had used fake identification to escape the authorities. Others speculated she had gone into hiding in Dubai or Russia. A few even believed she had undergone plastic surgery to change her appearance and take on a new identity. Her disappearance set off a worldwide manhunt. The FBI added her to its 10 most wanted list. A reward of $250,000 was offered for information leading to her capture. But despite the massive efforts to track her down, no one has been able to find her. But that didn't stop the investigation. In 2019, Ruja's brother, Konstantin Ignatov, was arrested in the United States. He admitted to his involvement in the scam and revealed that the entire operation had been built on lies. There was no real blockchain. The OneCoin tokens weren't real. They were nothing more than digital entries on a spreadsheet, manipulated to appear valuable. Even though Konstantin was arrested, Ruja remains at large. Her whereabouts remain unknown, and the OneCoin empire continues to haunt those who were deceived. And it's not just about the money. It's about the people whose lives were ruined. People like Samuel, whose community turned against him. People who took out loans and sold their homes to invest. People who lost everything, not just financially, but emotionally as well. So what can we learn from this? We learned that scams aren't just about money, they're about trust. OneCoin didn't just exploit financial ignorance. It exploited people's hope, the hope of a better life, the hope of being included, the hope that they could escape a broken system. OneCoin wasn't just a fraud, it was a carefully constructed psychological manipulation. But the story doesn't end there. The lessons of OneCoin echo in the scams of today. Crypto is more mainstream than ever. And while blockchain technology has evolved, the same tactics used by OneCoin are still alive in different forms. Pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, fake tokens, rug pulls. They're still out there. People still prey on the hopeful and the desperate, so the message is clear. Stay skeptical. Ask questions. If something promises unrealistic returns, it's not innovation, it's exploitation. If someone tells you there's no risk, there's always a catch. Trust is earned. Transparency is crucial. And if someone tells you to stop asking questions, that's when you should walk away. OneCoin wasn't just a scam, it was a wake-up call. Stay curious, stay cautious, and above all, stay informed.